Let's make some spicy little fish bites with your favorite fish. And all the dry and the seasoning is on the fish. I'm going to mix that up. In here is flour and cornstarch, little baking powder. I'm going to mix that up with the whip to incorporate everything nicely. I'm going to crack an egg in here, put a little water with it, and then we'll go about setting this up. Now, the best you can, get the juice of that lime on the fish. I have one of those squeeze things that you put on and turn, but as usual I can't find it. So the juice of a half a lime is plenty. Now that that's mixed up, in here I put the 1 cup of water and an egg. Heat this up. Now take the fish and mix it up nicely, put it into the mix of cornstarch. As soon as you do that, take the pieces, shake them off a little, put them into the egg water, and then we're going to go back into the this. And this is going to be light and crispy little fish bites with a nice flavor. And then I'm just going to do 1 piece because this is time consuming. I don't use my fingers now. Place the fish back into the flour. Don't touch the fish so your fingers stay nice and dry. After it's coated, of course, you can touch it. And that's ready. Line up all the fish like that, and then we'll go about frying them. Okay, now that the fish is set up, I realized what I was making, and we don't need baking powder in this. It doesn't work the same as if it was put into a batter or a cake mix. So omit the baking powder and make sure you use fresh fish. Frozen fish is really, people that know fish, when they eat a piece of frozen fish, they can tell the difference. Now we're going to deep fry this. If you notice what I've done here, first off, I'm tired of cleaning up the mess of deep frying. And I don't have, or do I want, an electric deep fryer. Make sure the oil's at 375. Where's my thermometer? I broke it 3 days ago because I was in a rush doing recipes. And I went to 2 stores and couldn't find one, so I'm going to get one. But there's a way of testing it. You just drop a pinch of the starch in there. Now you see right away it bubbles up, so we'll just raise the flame a little, and you see the aluminum foil? That's going to keep me from cleaning the entire stove. So we're going to try 1 piece. I raise the flame, and we'll see how pretty that comes out. And if it's not hot, well, I'm just going to take it right out. Well, it's really not as hot as it should be, so I won't add any more. I'll just let this 1 piece cook. It'll reach the temperature, and then I'll add a few more pieces. I don't know why. I didn't think about doing the aluminum foil already when I'm cooking on the stove. Because I do it at work depending on what I'm cooking, just to save the other guys from having to clean. The next piece will, now don't expect to have a really dark golden brown color, mainly because we're not using breadcrumbs it's not coated, it's coated with a diluted egg mix, so it stays nice and light. If I would have just used whole eggs only, the texture on the outside would be a little less light, if that makes any sense. I can feel already how hard this is from the coating that I use when you use cornstarch and flour mixed together. So I'll shut the film off for a second until this gets a little more no, leave it. Leave it, because this fish is going to be done in about half a minute. And also use fresh fish for the other reason, aside from tasting better, is easier to work with when you set up a plate like this. When it's frozen, it's full of moisture always, and it'll just make the cornstarch and flour coating, that's good, wet, and it won't cook as well. So now we'll just put those pieces in there. Let's try just 3. How about 2? Yeah, 2. I put just a little bit too much oil in that little pot. Now it's frying the way it should. A good rolling fry like that means you hit the right temperature. So all this has to do is look as nice as that first piece, which I'm going to bite into right now. Look at that. Crunchy. See if you can hear the crunch. Have it with tartar sauce, ketchup. Make some rice, line the pieces up on top of the rice when it's done, or alongside. So you're seeing how long it actually takes. I have to save the rest for dinner, because I'm sharing it with my wife. Actually, she loves when I make these videos. She always has something to eat. But notice, no one likes to clean up. And this aluminum foil is doing a good job. And that fish is done. So do the rest just like that. Also, you can tell when it's done. It's floating, it's done. Also, when you're frying and you're using frozen fish, there's a chance that the liquid that's still around the fish just pops into the deep fryer and it starts to burst. Very dangerous. So that was a ½ pound of fish. Actually, there's another piece that I ate, should be added to that. So that's enough for 2 people, average people. One hungry guy, it's just enough for him. Enjoy.